You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, last night, President Trump addressed both chambers of Congress. And you may be wondering, what does this actually have to do with sports? It has a lot to do with sports, folks. A lot. Because Payton McNab, we actually have done videos on her before. I believe for the better part of 2 years. 2 years ago, she was severely injured by a transgender in a volleyball game. This transgender actually spiked the ball in the head, and she suffered immense damage. Brain damage, folks. I mean, like blindness, that kind of thing. It was horrific. And what have we actually seen Democrats do, guys? They refused to actually ban males from female sports. Well, President Trump honored her at the joint session, and the Democrats disrespected her, folks. They disrespected her because really, guys, remember that commercial that President Trump ran? We said that Kamala was for they, them, President Trump is for you. He was right. Because Democrats, yet again, have proven they are for they, them, and not you. Remember, guys, just a few days ago, man, every single senator that was a Democrat voted against banning transgenders from female sports. They are for they, them. So we must go ahead and get into this, guys, because this is very, very disgusting what happened. You guys can go over to the Black and White Network channel and check out my other video over there, because Democrats also disrespected a young black kid that Trump honored that had brain cancer. It was a beautiful moment. They refused to stand up. And they gave the same treatment to Payton McNab. Let's get into it, guys. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel, support us by becoming a channel member. Memberships just start at $5 per month. We have our member live stream every single Friday. So here we go. Clay Travis puts out the post over here with a mini clip of what happened when President Trump honored Payton McNab. Says 0 Democrats applaud for Payton McNab, who suffered traumatic brain injury from a man playing women's sports. Let's go ahead and watch this clip right here, guys. Here we go.
Years ago, Payton McNab was an all-star high school athlete, one of the best, preparing for a future in college sports.
That's
but when
right
her
there.
girls' volleyball match was invaded by a male, he smashed the ball so hard in Payton's face, causing traumatic brain injury, partially paralyzing her right side and ending her athletic career. It was a shot like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it. Payton is here tonight in the gallery, and Payton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team, or they will lose all federal funding.
Yep. And that was Riley Gaines right there. Payton McNab sat next to our second lady right there. Also, by the way, she was on with Newsmax as well and talking about the disrespect she received from the Democrats. Absolutely horrific, guys, that the Democrats actually refused to actually stand up for women. Now, here's the funny thing, guys. The Democrats actually showed up wearing pink, because they say they want to protect women, but they really don't. Watch this, man. This is hypocrisy on full display.
Payton is here tonight in the gallery, and Payton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team, or they will lose all federal funding.
So Payton McNab, one of the many special guests honored during President Trump's speech last night.
Now, Payton is a former athlete who knows this harsh reality of what can happen when men and women compete,
Yeah, look at
or
this.
forced to compete on the same court. She suffered that traumatic brain injury the president mentioned at the hands of a biological male during competition. Joining us now is Ambassador for the Independent Women's Forum, Payton McNab. So, Payton, can you tell us, first off, what happened when you were playing in volleyball in high school? Walk us through that moment.
Well, good morning. Yeah, my senior year of high school, I went into this volleyball game, and it was a conference game. There was nothing we could do. I was trying to be as positive as I could, being one of the captains on the team. But my team was young that year. They were scared to play against this guy. We had to practice differently in order to prepare for him.
Yeah.
And we just went into it just trying to at least return the ball. Well, a spike hit me right in the face, completely knocking me out for about 30 seconds in a fencing position. And after that, I went to the doctor a few days later, and they immediately referred me to a neurologist.
I'm so sorry that you went through that and that you're still dealing with that. Yesterday, we all saw you. You sat alongside Second Lady Usha Vance during President Trump's speech. What was that experience like? What was it like to be recognized by the president for all of America to see?
I mean, what an incredible honor. This is something I'm never going to forget for the rest of my life. It was such an incredible honor, and I'm so thankful to be there, and especially getting to sit beside the Second Lady, being the First Lady's guest. I was surrounded by such wonderful people, and it was truly, truly an honor.
That's awesome.
It's really breathtaking the first time you get to go into those buildings, meet those people. The irony here, though, is that many Democrats wore pink, supposedly in support of women last night, but just 24 hours earlier, Democrats voted against the law.
And by the way, this is a transgender Democrat right there. I believe going by the name of Sarah McBride. There was a whole bathroom issue because House Speaker Mike Johnson has banned the females, or banned the males from actually using the female facilities and vice versa. Yeah. So that's a whole nother story, though. Just wanted to point that out, though.
Law that would ban men from competing in women's sports. I mean, the hypocrisy had to strike you yesterday.
Oh, absolutely. The hypocrisy, the theatrics, the Democrats really just showed who they are once again last night. I think they were just disrespectful all around. But like you said, the irony of them wearing all pink and claiming to be the party that stands for women when the day before that 0 Democrats voted to protect women and girls.
Yep.
And 0 Democrats stood up and clapped when I was recognized. So that just shows once again how they are. It's honestly evil. It's disappointing, but I wish I could say I'm surprised, but I'm not. This is how they always are, and they are going to continue to be. This is a hill they're willing to die on, and even with 80% of the country agreeing. So it's just completely ridiculous, and seeing the way they acted last night was it was sad.
Yeah, you mentioned 80% of the country. In some polls, it shows 90% of the country. So it seems like they're very out of touch with their constituents and the people living in their states and in their districts. And we know that this fight to keep men out of women's sports, it is far from over, despite what happened in the Senate yesterday. What happens next after this failed Senate vote? How do you plan to continue to fight for these women and young girls to make sure they don't have to go through what you went through?
I'm working with Independent Women's Forum. We are doing great work on state level bills, trying to get them through to make this more permanent. We're going to every state and sharing our stories and advocating for women and girls because, again, the Democrats in all these states are refusing to do so. So we are doing the best we can, and we will continue to fight.
Payton, such a huge moment, and I got to ask you real quickly, was that the first time you met the First Lady? Were you nervous about that? Because she can be such an inspirational but intimidating presence.
Oh, yes, that was the first time, and I'm pretty sure I blacked out. She was so sweet, though.
She's an amazing woman. Thank you, Payton, for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so you guys saw that right there, man. You saw that right there. No Democrat clapped for her. Zero. These people hate women. They hate women's sports. They really, really do, man. It is shameful. I mean, when we actually talked about her story, guys, it was horrific. She was probably more severely injured than any female that we covered here on this channel. And we've been covering this male invasion of women's sports since like 2022. And they couldn't show any respect for her whatsoever. Because they definitely want, and they showed you with their votes the other day, 0 Democrats voted to protect women. 0. They hate your guts. They hate your guts, and you shouldn't give them your vote. Gonna leave right there, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.